Welcome Aries to my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for joining me, supporting me by watching the videos that I've created for you with these messages and guidance that are coming through from spirit guides, as well as via the tarot. Also I read the tarot intuitively, but I'm a psychic, a medium, and all those sorts of things, so all of my senses are used in order to bring through the messages and guidance for you. And I feel like for you, Aries, that is kind of where the, going, it's like tuning into your intuition, allowing yourself to go there, and some things are changing. So with the way that you are receiving messages and guidance, for yourself. So be open to change, basically. And I mean, there are lots of changes going on at the moment in the world, in your community, and everything, but just within you is where they're more saying, like, focusing on that and connecting with yourself. And because things, like you may be hearing, sensing, noticing, intuitively, your intuition is, maybe sparked up a notch, turned up a notch, where you're more in tune, you're probably thinking as well, or you're more in, and I feel like it's more so, that your intuition is like so sharp, or is way sharper than what it used to be. So the key is to taking notice of what your intuition is telling you, or what your senses are telling you, basically, and, and just taking notice. And there's the other side of that is taking action with it. But it's like discerning what that message is about. So I feel like that's where the focus is at the moment, is to listen. And is this going to be to listen to what is coming through, and with these ideas and thoughts and feelings that are coming through for you, and what does it mean for you, and if it's got, and understanding what is going on with those messages. So anyway, I'm just kind of babbled on, it feels like them, but there are a lot of energies that are around wanting to connect with you. So there's a lot of higher vibrational beings who are around me, are at the moment. And they're connecting, and so the energy is very light, energized, energetic, even though sometimes you may be feeling like your energy, or you're feeling a little bit like sluggish in movement, but inside you're okay, so they're just, there's that, maybe that feeling. So they're just saying, there are things that you're processing underneath that maybe you're not really fully aware of, and they're taking care of that. So in order to create, or bring forth what it is that we're wanting to produce in our lives, or have in our lives, it's like we're needing to be connected with ourselves on a different level, or on a high vibrational level. So anyway, that's the initial spiel that they'll come through with. I'm going to take all those. For some reason they've come out, so I'm just going to take these. So they're doing a mind, body, spirit, soul sort of spread again. It's like it just happens to go that way. So that with what is going on, but on a spirit, with guidance from your spirit guides, basically, and that are coming through here for you, Aries. So I just want to quickly remind everybody that these reads are general, so they may not, if it doesn't resonate with you, just take what does and leave what doesn't, okay? So because not everybody is going, we've all got different things going on in our lives, and so just if it really doesn't make sense, then like I said, just leave it. So I just want to like double, talk about that one, say that, repeat that, double it up. So if there may be something about doubling up here for you. Some of these cards are falling out in reverse, and I do kind of read reverse cards, but as it comes, like I say, there's that intuitive side. So listening to your intuition, and I don't, and they're not negative. So maybe you're seeing things a little as something that maybe seemingly upside down for you at the moment, or some things, but it's like there is a cycle that's going on. So something's turning around for you to view, basically, is where they're going with that, okay? So that one come out on the side, and I kind of want to leave it on the side on saying that, because there may be something on the side there, And these two here, 3 have come out there, so there's 2. So I'm just going to like take one more, because otherwise I'll be here all day doing this message. So I feel like things are moving quite quickly for you. Quite quickly for you. And it's like with some of yous, if you choose that to be so, basically, because I feel like others of you have been a little like reluctant, or they're using the word reluctant. It's something where I've got up your nose, because I'm just noticing I'm rubbing my nose. I'm thinking it was okay before, but something is like maybe like irking you. It could be a male energy that you maybe around you that's irking you, or like frustrating you in some way, or putting your nose out of joint or something like that. But look at that. So there's something, you know, going on there. So it may be something that's just coming up for you from the past for some of you. Some of you, it's like somebody in the present has triggered something from the past, and maybe something that you're not seeing with yourself. So they're reflecting something for you, so to view within yourself. So anyway, I've got my Earth, the Energy Earth Oracle, Sacred Earth, I always call it Energy, Sacred Earth Oracle deck that's bringing through messages. So they're talking about productivity here, okay, for you with that card. Productivity. So there's something about with this January, so this is for like, you know, the rest of January. You'll probably be able to understand from the beginning of January, where you may have been feeling like you need to be or want to be more productive in your this year, and you know, this month or right now, you know. So, but I feel like this is what they're saying, is listening to your intuition, because here, you know, this is the next card, is listen. You know, like listen to your intuition, allow yourself to, you know, take some time to you know, to understand what is going on with you, and not feel like you have to rush. And there's this, maybe the sense of rush that's in there, or needed to get things go with some of you. Others of you, I feel like you're quite calm, but wanting to get moving. However, you may be feeling like with the energy that was mentioned before, that you're kind of maybe feeling a little bit held back or held off, but don't see it as like that, because this one here is in reverse. This absence one in the end is like, you know, things are turning around. So what you think might be absent is going to come out. So you're needing to understand what is absent in order to turn things around, okay, what you're missing basically. So listening, you know, to that clairaudience side of you, but also listening to your thoughts, your feelings, what your mind is saying to, in order to create some shifts so they become more productive for you. Because there is something about, you know, putting these things, ideas in, you know, into action, basically magnetism. So in order for all this stuff to happen, we've got to, like, say, take action, and that enhances enhances or magnifies or amplifies, or is the word I'm really looking for, to magnetize what it is that you really do want in your life. So this is about you being, you know, setting, some people say resolution or whatever it is, or setting some a path, you know, clearing a pathway by setting some, I don't even want to use the word goals, but like, what is your intention, you know, for, or what is your theme for this year that you would wanting to, like, shift within yourself, or, you know, or shift it, you know, create this year for yourself and for the greater good of one and all, basically, you know, in whether, depending on what your project is or where you are with, it could be with your family. But anyway, that's the main theme across Weird Spirit, wanting to, like, share with you, Aries, is like, you know, just keeping on, you know, being productive doesn't always necessarily mean we have to be running around with like a headless chook. It's like being, you know, centered, focused and grounded. Okay, well, that's where they go, because the sun here has come out, and I feel like the sun here, there's like this great big burst of energy there. So it's like there's something guiding your way there, like moving towards the sun and the cycles of the planets as well. So they're really saying this is a cycle that you're going through. So, and it's time to, like, in a way, either reset with what you're already doing, or setting. So you could be decluttering or clearing. So you're setting a new pathway, or you're setting another pathway that may be linked to something. So, or you're setting, you know, or you could be resetting something that you're already doing, and, you know, that you want to continue with, whatever that is. But it's like you're either going to reset or set. So there's some things that you're going to reset, because you're like reviewing it, and releasing and then allowing yourself to continue and with something else, with something. The other side of you is like, okay, I really need to like shift that and leave that there. And some of you, so maybe you may be parking up something in order to do something else and then come back to that. So there's nothing wrong with that, Spirit is saying. It's just identifying what it is, where you're going, and what it is that you feel or are drawn to do, and go and do it. No procrastination. So then we have the absence, which was in reverse, or is in reverse, but I'm turning it up the right way. So, and then you start to see what is absent, what it is that you are, are missing, like the missing piece of the puzzle in a way. So she's there, and like if you look at her, she's like going into that quiet space, and delving in a little bit, and not even over delving, overthinking. It's just going in there and then setting your intention before you go in there, and then seeing what comes up. Because I feel like, we always know, we know what it is, what we want to do, but sometimes it's like something else. There are external things that are happening that are in the outside of you that can be distracting, and so now it's coming back to you. So that smoke, by the way, is an incense that I'm burning, and it's called Sacred Space, that one. And there's another one that I've been burning over there, and it's spiritual guidance. So I think I might have got that round the other way around. So either way, we've got sacred space and spiritual guidance that have with the incense that I'm burning at the moment. So, and then we're going down here. So this is, with the mind, what's going through your mind is being more productive. And, this is like, there are cycles, and there are planets that are revolving around the sun and the moon and around Earth and what have you. So there is a cycle that's going on, and we're in a cycle at the moment with Capricorn, being in Capricorn, where you may be feeling quite industrious, and wanting to start to plan and roll out some ideas and thoughts. And I feel like for many of you, you've got some new things that are coming up, and it's maybe I don't know, but it's like I feel like you're more ready for it than what you think you are, and that's been with a lot of signs actually. And then we've got here, in reverse here, we have, the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. And I kind of feel like with these two, it's maybe kind of like what we're going, just like we were talking here, is like there is success in there. And with a little bit of effort, what you're searching for is there, it's there, it's there in the making, but we have to put some effort into making it to become that. So there is that. So things are just going in a cycle, and I feel like this is like there is something resetting and something setting, some new things that are happening, well, different things. Then we have here on the physical level, on the movement, like listening to where it is that you're wanting to move and connecting with yourself. The Nine of Swords here, there may be things that you're feeling like might be getting in your way, but I feel like with the Nine of Swords, it's not, they're letting you know what is not, quite right. So it's like with these nightmares. So it's like, of course, you're not going to be going there. You're going to take a different route, which is why they're talking it there. There is a cycle, and there are things that are moving. So go with the flow of it. The sun rises and sets every day. So this is about, you rising and setting, rising every morning and setting, for the evening, and being, and this is the cycle, we do. So we need to rest. The word rest comes in here. And in that meantime is like, doing what it is, taking an effort for what it is that you're wanting to search, because it is there. Okay, it was in reverse because there may have been a little block in the way that you're thinking about that. So listening to that, the Nine of Swords is, what is it that these nightmares about? Obviously you're going to be doing something different than what you're scared of, and then feeling that fear. And it's just, a lot of it is like, in our mind, or in your mind with the swords. So, and making some decisions. As soon as you make a decision to shift the paradigm or the thought or the narrative, actually what's going on within you, no matter what else is going on there, if we're looking forward into the future, and keep moving, it's like having that that will, or that drive, or that passion, whatever that is for you, or, if you feel like it's passion, or that want, not in a lack way, but in a desire way. you know, or that what you want. It's not a bad word, want, you know, to be, do, give, and have in your life. So there's something that you maybe on the side there that you is maybe getting in the way. So with like some toxic energies, and maybe if with this one here, you're overthinking things about, you know, what might be going on and how that's, you know, in the world or in your community, in your family, how that might affect you. But I feel, and this is where they're going with it, is like, keep moving, stay in that mode of positive and with the future that you want to see, you know, or do, be, give, and have in your life. And, you know, and this is like starting off with you and then emanating that out, or amplifying, magnifying, and then sharing that energy with others. Because as you keep going, others will follow the lead, and or not. But it's like you keep going, you know, because we are this is about you being the leader of you. So letting go of other people's toxic thoughts and feelings, but also, you know, not allowing yourself to get drawn into it. That's why I feel like this is on the side. This came out on the side. So then, you know, and if we're going to buy into, like with the devil side of energies, and, you know, and being in that indecisive space, it's like, you know, listen to what is in here. Okay, magnetism there, you know, that's on our spiritual level. So there's something, you know, being in that space, allowing yourself to, you know, to be who it is that you want to be. So the Nine of Wands is like, you know, this is like, you know, overcoming, what I'm hearing is overcoming some obstacles that, you know, have been, that you've put in your way, that others have put in your way, but you've overcome them. And the only way we're going to be able to overcome them is if we keep, you know, the word I'm hearing is trudging forward, if that's what it is for you. Or keep moving, you know, keep moving to where it is that we want to go, or where you want to go in this instance, and not where anybody else wants to go. It's like, well, you know, there's a trickle-on effect, of course, but this is about like you doing what it is that you need to do, because at the end of the day, you've got to take care of yourself. And it's not being selfish, but it's like, what is it that you want to be, you know, to draw to you, that you're drawn to, okay? With this. So, and then we have three cards here, like, you know, with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like something, that one is faced up and it's above all of these. So I feel like you must rise above all of that, because here we have, you know, the three of, the Three of Wands and the Seven of Cups that were in reverse. But, you know, obviously with the Six of Pentacles, and it could probably have to do around money, because this was over the top of them and, you know, facing up. So, you know, this, you can rise above it. So the Three of Wands is, you know, go out there and, you know, explore, do what it is that you're wanting to do. Don't sit behind there and, you know, wallow in self-pity with whatever else is going on. This is doing the best that you can with what you've got. And you maybe that you're needing to shift some things around, you know, and how you thought you were going to do it, and upgrade or update, or, you know, just, you know, do something new. This is where they're talking about that reset and that set. And even for myself, I'm having to like rethink, you know, how I'm going to do it, because, you know, and just do something differently, do some of my work, my mahi differently, and that's okay, because change is good, and it can bring up other things that we haven't thought about yet, or that we have thought about that it's time to implement, you know. And that could be a way of thinking, being, doing things, you know, or taking action. Because then we have the Seven of Cups, and, you know, the Seven of Cups is, you know, and this one is in reverse too, but it's like, you know, that's about dreams and aspirations too. And some people see it like dreams and fantasies as well. But it could, because in some of these cups and other decks, there are some not so good things in these cups, you know, and some other things. So it's like going for what it is that you do want, basically, rather than what you don't want, is what I'm hearing here, because it's all there. And in this one, I don't, and when I look at these, you know, at the cups, some of them have some not nice figures in there, or things in the cups, but it's like, you know, there is a serpent in there, but, you know, the serpent brings out something in us, you know, that that we need to look at. And it's not, you know, and there's a rose there, there are doves there, there's a castle there. So these, you know, there's all good things there if we choose to look for them, go through it. So it's like it's just that, you know, things may be shifting in the way that you work with them. So I'm going to turn them up the right way as well. So, you know, because the Six of Pentacles is you overcome something. So, you know, with, you know, because the 5 is generally about there's some sort of, you know, stumbling block, maybe with finances, with health, or with family stuff going on, and it's maybe been something a little bit, you know, higgledy-piggledy in there, but things are, you know, and it's just a cycle, you know, it's like there's something shifting with that, and you may have been through some hard stuff, and, you know, some trying times as well, but shifting the narrative, and with this magnetism here, and like there is something, you're moving towards something, or moving on from that, or something, you know, I'm hearing overcome, where something starts to balance out financially for you, energetically for you, health-wise, or with family. So, and it's like, you know, there are, you know, with trying times, sometimes, you know, we don't always, things come up. So with absence, and we've got to sort through them, and you're sorting through them. So your energy, either your energy levels up, so you levels up, levels rise, and or your financial stability, or something is turning around where you can, like, okay, or I can see how I can, you know, move forward with that, and, you know, increase my energy levels, my financial prospects, and things like that, or whatever it is, and moving forward towards what it is that you do want in your life. Absence here, so there's the first 2 cards here, you know, underneath there, on a soul level, and you may have been thinking or feeling like, you know, something, you know, is missing, but it's like, I feel like this is about you connecting with yourself at the end of the day, and, you know, and just, you know, not overthinking things. So we have the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Cups, which is interesting because, you know, and it's like the King of Cups is, you know, he's in his space, he's in his power, he's like you know, he's in control of his emotions and his feelings, but also he's more, you know, in understanding where his, you know, like listening to himself, where he's letting, you know, in that sense, but also, you know, and with relationships. So there's something that he's risen above something, or he's just figured out what that is, and he's, you know, going to share that caring and loving space in that, and being calm about whatever it is that's going on. So I feel like maybe you're not seeing that or understanding that at the moment. There could be a male energy in your life that is feeling that way, or, you know, and something is shifting, I feel. But there's a 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles is, you know, there's something, you know, coming, you know, you've taken a journey, and you're starting to see something and pulling it together in the past, and it's because of what you've, you know, I'm turning that around, because, you know, she's got the falcon there, or the hawk, or the eagle, whichever way you want to look at that, one of those, but I want to say falcon, who has been there beside with her to actually see. So I feel like there's something about you not trusting what you're seeing, on saying that, but to bring it, and you can bring it all together for you, and not trusting or not having faith in what you're seeing. But this is like, but there are maybe emotions that are getting away in order for you to, like, move on, because the 9 for me is about something's coming to the end of a cycle. But until you know, but this is about you, you know, working on, you know, being in a calm, centered space, okay, on a soul level. So with that, you know, being in reverse, and we're turning it around, we're shifting the energy. I feel like the energy is shifted with these things that are starting to, like, move along. The Death card, yeah. See, there's something shifting, moving. There's a transition that you're going through. So allow yourself to, like, you know, to move through that. So there's some old stuff that you're getting rid of, or shifting, and utilizing that in a way to assist you to move forward, because you're seeing it. So I feel like some of this 9 is like, you'll see, you know, with the falcon there, and the 9, that there's a success in the way that you're heading towards, or you're moving towards, and there's a sense of, in a way, comfortability. But there may be, like, at the moment for some of you, or, you know, in the recent past, there may have been some uncomfortability there, but there's that may be absent in the way that you see things, or that centered calmness. But you know, with this transitional card, you must, you know, you obviously see something, or the opportunity there is for you to shift something and to release something with this Death card coming through here, and making that transition into, you know, a different space. So we're just going to I'm just going to take these cards here and do It's kind of like, it's a good reading, it's a good message there. So, oh, that one's been left there, we'll take that. The Hierophant. So you're definitely on a spiritual journey. So looking at, you know, what is, you know, what serves you, what doesn't serve you, all those things, and you're doing that with love and understanding that, you know, you are you, others, you know, others are others, and they've got their own stuff to do, okay? And here we have the Judgment card, set yourself free. So there may be something in there, you know, with all of this. It's like setting with the Nine of Swords here and the Devil card. Interesting, the Judgments card. It's like there's a lot of stuff probably going on with you in your head. You know, set yourself free from it. And this is what this, you know, in the mind, it's like, you know, with the spiritual card coming up with a Hierophant there, it's like energy is, you know, with 5 there, it's like there's a lot of energy. You know, be mindful of what you're thinking, being, and you know what you're thinking basically, and you know, because there, you know, energy is really powerful. So, and you know, the Judgment card is probably there, you know, setting yourself free from, you know, judgment of yourself basically, but of others as well. It's like that's their stuff. Justice there, justice is, you know, the scales of balance there. Something is, you know, going to, you know, is balanced out for you. And then the 10 of Cups here is the last card here that's come out, which is, you know, I feel like in relationships and emotions, you know, settled. So you're moving into a new space of being, you know, of thinking, feeling, and that with relationships especially, I feel, in how you, emotional attachments to people, and also, you know, attachments might sound really like bad, but it's not. But how you connect with people, relate to people, but not only that with other people, but with yourself as well. So there's a beautiful growth, you know, space there with this, with, you know, and it's interesting that's come up on this side with yourself in order, and allowing yourself to release, you know, old patterns, or see it, you know, and move into utilizing that old framework into something new, basically, and turning it into, or taking that with you, but with the learning from it in that sense, with you and what you've learned from all that sort of side of things, because it helps to, you know, keep us in check basically. But there's a beautiful there, and you know, this is, the tree is beautiful there. There's some sense of backing and grounding yourself in your, I feel like this, I go back to you mostly, in your in developing in your relationship with yourself on a masculine and a feminine side. So there's some balancing going on in there, but also with others. And then when we're doing that, when you're in that space, so I would say that you're probably feeling more in touch with yourself, as in tune with yourself intuitively, you know, more so this month, and feeling like, and even now you're probably doing, but it's just going to grow if you allow yourself to be there. Because you look at all those, I'm looking at all the fruit in the trees, but all the cups in the trees, how they're glistening and they're overflowing there as well, you know, with love basically. So there may be, you know, a shift in the relationships that that you've been working towards, and will understand it with yourself and with others, and how some of them are going to release, but you still love them anyway. But you don't need to take on their other bits and pieces as well. But understanding that. Anyway, cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I hope this makes sense to you. Please drop me a comment, or let me know if this resonates with you. That would be cool. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel. I'm working on becoming more regular with these, as things are evolving in my life as it is with yours, and shifting, and making some changes as well. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to get going. And I feel like that is not just my energy, but your energy too. It's like, I'm ready to get going, so let's get going. Okay, God bless you, Aries, and love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. Bye for now. And I'll see you next month in February. Or actually, no, the end of this month for February.